good luck, everybody. I'm gonna hop in the commentary VC and get my thing started. Peace. Okie dokie. Let's get the good old chat up on the way. Gotta wait for Fortis to actually start the main thing and join us. Pop up. I feel like I should have had the TTYB page just to have it started in time. Okay. Hey! Welcome in, guys, welcome in. Just waiting for Fortis to get the main stream started so I can actually link up to the thing. I think he's gonna get it started when the lobby starts loading in, which is a little bit later than I'd have liked, but it is what it is. Yo, that Dutch tone, how we doing? You're in the Audi, the Fallon, nice dude. Got good hopes for tonight. That battery management is brutal. Hopefully people have got it mastered. I feel like anybody who's got it figured out is gonna pretty much walk away with it. I need Fortis to join this commentary VC as well. Come on, Fortis. I don't know. I've been practicing a lot. Hey, well, there you go. Oh, that practice is gonna come dividends more so than anything. There's gonna be lots of safety cars, I can imagine. Turn 1 incidents. Turn 5 and 6. 3 blanchiments. There's gonna be loads of places. Everywhere. Everywhere's a disaster. Everywhere's a place for incidents. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be chaos. And that's what we love to see. Oh, come on, Fortis. Where are you at? I don't know about the battery though, as I'm not that good with lift and coasting. I mean, it's not like a whole lift and coast. If you can just like ever so slightly lift your foot off the throttle, so like if you watch the green bar, if you've got the space to do so, sorry. If you can just like lift off that to about like just ever so slightly, you've still got the power of the engine at max, but you're gonna be burning that any more battery. And you can pretty much hold that like a good constant speed. Obviously, if you do it too early down the straight, then you're gonna obviously suffer and it's gonna de-ramp, and you're gonna de-ramp pretty quickly. But it's also kind of not getting drawn into those battles just because somebody's overtaking you. You know, like a lot of people are gonna try and burn to stay ahead and not have the battery to do so, and it's gonna ruin them for the next straight. I saw it in the main one on Friday. Like about 4 or 5 people burnt down going into the parabolica into the final corner, and then down the main straight, everyone they overtook would just re-overtake them because they had no battery for it. It's madness. And we are so back. Let's go. Welcome back, Mads. How we doing, brother? Feeling good? Here's hoping you don't get absolutely demolished today. Like, you were on for some great points and you got absolutely brutalized. Cheers for the follow, Mads. Cheers for the follow, Blue. Ready to cook, hopefully. Yeah, man. That's it. So, I mean, that first corner, it's all about keeping your front wings intact, even if there is a safety car, because there's gonna be a safety car. As long as you don't have to pit, you'll be fine. I went 16 laps on a set of mediums before boxing onto a set of hards off of the last safety car, and like worked a treat. Obviously, you don't need to go as long as I did. It was just because of the sheer amount of safety cars. I just barely did any racing laps. Back markers, better stay clear of my Aston. Hell yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know where would be best to place your car. Maybe as inside as you can without compromising the corners. So you pretty much need to be in the middle of the circuit. Do you know if I have a teammate? Because I'm the only one in the Audi at the moment. I don't actually know. Let me pull up the Discord, and we shall find out. Race attendance. No, it's not in there. Announcements. Rico. Rico is your teammate if he actually shows up. He'll be replacing Neb. So it would be Mr. Nabola as your usual teammate, but he's not racing tonight, so it's gonna be somebody else. Hopefully everybody can play fairly and remember to not ready up straight away, and we can actually clearly get good stats. Way, here he is. I can imagine, mate. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that, but you know, it's one of those things that's gonna happen. You make accounts at different points of your life. You have different names for it. You got a Zoom meeting at 8. Jesus. Fair play. Have you fired up the mainstream? Yeah. I'm just kind of like looking out for this notification to link. I've just had a couple of lads in the chat. I started mine a little bit earlier. No, I'd say a little bit. Almost 10 minutes early. What's the starting point? I've got 9 people in there. Welcome in, guys. Just trying to get the mainstream fired up. It doesn't look like it's going to be all 22 today. Doesn't look like you've got a teammate today, mate. I'm sorry. He's a no-show. I think there's a lot of people that will sign up for things and then just forget. Hey, it is a showtime. Oh, numbers have just dropped. People are getting ready to stream on their own. It's like pre-race interviews. So my Twitch handle is It's Rage Lad. Just so you know. Z. Double D at the end as well. Wee, double D. Join. And boom, there we go. It is all loaded up. Can you see my chat? There should be a few messages already in. Here we go. Hey, we got our first car out in track as well. Let's pull up the track map. Lap data, telemetry. And then we'll hide the menu. It says I'm not in. What? Oh, join session, get started. Join session. Oh, it's trying to do it on my phone. Yeah, I've left it. It says I've left. It's trying to do it through my phone. Hang on. Let me go onto it on the Xbox. It might kick me from the game. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh no, we should have done this prior. I might need to re-invite into the lobby as well. Fucking hell. Can you drop me an invite? Start sharing stream chat. Alright, I've tried sending one to you. See if that works as well. If it loads. If you want mod settings then. Alright, I am in the lobby and I can actually see everything again, so that's one thing sorted. Right, let me try again. Alright, I've just sent it you on Discord. See if that works. Right. There we go. Hopefully that's... Yay, there we go. Started share chat. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, here we go. I can get involved now. Ooh, I run his... That was very tight to the line there through Parabolica. You could definitely see he ran very, very wide. Well, I say very wide. Good half a tyre's width wide there, though. Unfortunate for Beaksy. Go again time. Looks like RVK's about to be starting his lap. He is indeed, and his teammate is on an out lap. His teammate is going to be giving him a nice juicy toe down the line here. He's going to be loving it. Yeah, nice improvement. Now he can give his teammate a nice little toe down the main straight as the Alpine gets nicely out the way down, coming out of the pit lane. His teammate, the girthy FWC, is run very deep down into turns 1 and 2 and has decided to abandon that lap. Looks like an invalidation as well has creeped him. Well, that is certainly not what he's going to be hoping for. But anything can happen in the race. You can easily turn that around. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it's certainly not going to be giving him any confidence in building up on the tracks. Yeah. Don't be missing out on that. So we've got James currently occupying the top of the field with a 1:24.49. Our resident qualifying maestro seems to have fixed his race starts as well. So he certainly did. Out-qualified myself. I was very shocked. Slightly deep, but he gets it nicely done. Yeah. Stays out very wide, surprisingly. Doesn't tuck it in close, but goes second. Hello, Bilbo. Wow. I mean, if that isn't going to show every driver that there is plenty more to come from the track and their lap times, I don't know what is. Your wheel's not calibrated. Oh no, that's bad news bears, Mads. And you've got a quali ban. That is... Okay, alright, that explains why Nokia's not set a lap. He had a quali ban. Takes it in 6 and runs wide. Can I see how much time's left in the session, please? Yeah, I know, innit? 7 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, James coming to the end of his lap. No battery down for most of his run down into Parabolica. Very wide into the final corner. Burns everything that was gone. The 15% he saves to the line. And he improves. Hello. Welcome to the party, James. I mean, if that isn't a statement and a half, I don't know what isn't. As Beaksy and the Gurphy seem to be fighting in the middle sector. Not entirely sure what's happening here. Nobody wants to be the one cut in the air. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we both kind of caught onto that, because that was very strange. It seems... I mean, I got a lot more of that on my side of things. I was on Beatsy's POV. That was Naughty Tone Dutch, wasn't it, mate? It certainly was. Now, is Beaksy going to be pitting here, or is he going to be setting off on a nice flying lap? Because if so, we're going to be riding on board with Beaksy for the whole lap. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Down on his run into turn 1, 50% battery left. Nicely maintained, I'll say. Maybe could do with a bit more in the tank, but it's all fair in love and war. Lovely chicane through sector through 1 and 2. Down into his run down now through turns 3 up to 4 and 5. Sector split time coming up, and it's 1/10 down on his time, but plenty of the lap to go to still find the time if he can keep that battery in good nick. Well, let's hope. And he is. He's got a nice Quarrier battery here. 32 in his tank down now for his run into Parabolica. Quick little speeds of the boost button and run on the medium all the way to the line. As long as he nails Parabolica now. It does indeed, and a nice improvement there from Beaksy. Gets him up 1 place ahead of the Gurphy FWC. And Beaksy's going to now try and rush to get back to the pit lane. Hello, Carl. Welcome in. There's 2 of us. I have a friend. His name's Fortis. Whee! Carl! Big W's. Huge from Carl. I'd say the main voice of TTYB. As Spaceboy takes a very interesting line through turn 1. He's doing some nice lift and coasts here. I think he might have it sussed a little bit more as he's burnt and he's got a lot of battery left as he can gain some more here. Every little helps in his run down to Parabolica. Lovely, lovely tight little Les. It is quite surprising, but the driver instinct is just to go as fast as possible. So I can understand. Wee, let's go. Oh no, getting in there. W no. As it looks like James is now going to look to try and once again set a blistering lap over the field. Down into turn 1. Lovely tight. Little bit of a sharp turning angle as he's come out of the exit. Maybe he's bled a little bit of time there. Might struggle to improve on this lap. Maybe overcompensated with a bit of battery burn as well, as Spaceboy's retired from the session, not believing that he can get out for another. Yeah, I think he invalidated just before he started his last flying run, so he had to bolt to the pit lane to try and get in and out. It is game over. As James is going to get a nice little slipstream here off the Aston Martin of, I'm going to think that's fourth? And it's looking very strong here. Through into Parabolica, fresh on the brakes. Is he going to take a nice and tight line? I think the Aston Martin's going to stop him really from doing so. They have indeed, to the line. It's another improvement at 1:19.877. A huge lap time from James. A statement from James. Could... Maybe so, as I'm now on board with Bilbo to the line. A lot less battery than James and no slipstream, but as he's running into Parabolica, nice and tight line, early on the power, early on the battery. Stays wide once again, so he's not taking the shortest route to the line and does not improve his time. As out of nowhere... Tanadran to the line through the final corner, a little bit tight onto the grass and no battery into his final run, and he bails. It's Beaksy on a lap, going through Parabolica, early on the power, a little more battery than most people have had in the final run, but a little bit early on it, I do believe, as it is an improvement. Huge time from Beaksy, let's go. Papaya on the podium once again, but not your championship leader. What a grid. Who's gonna still have a front wing coming out of turn 1? It is gonna be a spectacular one. So, guys, you've got 5 minutes. Get yourself some drinks. Get yourself some snacks. Go to the toilet, because you are not gonna want to miss this start of this race at least, because it is gonna be one to watch. Let's go. Nah, it's all Gucci. It is what it is. I think they hear my lighter click all the time. I'm gonna press my pause buttons, so I can't be the ones. Yep, yes, exactly. Make sure you've sorted your setup and everything out, and then press pause and wait. Please. That was. James, a very big quali merchant, well known for his stupendous lap times, but that was something else there. That was, I think that was a faster lap time than was done in Tier 1 for the majority of the field. He's readied up. Oh no. Benjamin says has readied up. I hope not. That's gonna be very disappointing. Oh, it's a troll. You got me, man. Jesus. No one. And I think I'd say any points is pretty much going to secure that today. Surely 3 rounds remaining, I believe it is, after today's race, or with today's race actually. Fair play. So that actually, it mathematically, it is still on for everybody. It is still on. Tanadrad just needs to have the worst. He needs to have a Piastri 2025 end of the season run. Tanadrad say it. Yes, Carl, innit? Save them points. Nah, he's done a spectacular job so far this season. Nobody's really had an answer for him. Even on the races where he's not really showed up, he's still managed to maximise the points. And it's been unreal. Oh, choo choo. Let's go. Can someone math for me? Is it mathematically possible for Mammut to win today? 5 races. What's the points for the race win? Hey, huge Noel with another gifted. Let's go, my friend. So, Tanadrad, if Tanadrad wins today's race, he gets 30. He gets 30 plus points, doesn't he? So there you go, guys. Man is going to have a giant target on his back today. Yeah, good luck all. Yes, Bilbo. Spread that luck. Everybody deserves some luck. Keep your front wings intact, please, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there you go. Race win will do it all. Mamu. "14 seconds to the race. Here we go. Let's get ready to rumble." Anyway, 5 red lights as we get underway for the Monza Grand Prix. I'm gonna... As we've got a Williams going wide out in the back, Spyro's parked himself on the first chicane, and he's caused a bit of damage as we've got Firth and Rico at the back, and Nokia getting on by. It's going to be carnage in lap 1. It's going to be battles all over the grid as both not Alpines, both Aston Martins are getting flying by as Nokia gets it all crossed up under brakes and almost rear ends the back end of Flabbin. Flabbin very lucky to still be alive. James, what a start from James. James has put all of them comments about his bad starts to rest right there. What a start. Beaksy doing a marvellous job. Bilbo, as we've got movement once again. Atomic Sniper battling away with the Aston Martin and the Mercedes of Space Boy, it looks like. No, Morty, I'm afraid. Oh, no, and Space Boy's getting himself involved as we're going to go 3 wide coming out of Parabolica down the main straight. It's going to be 4 wide as cars are going all over the place to try and find the room to make a move. Oh, as a very, very wide there as Fallon has picked up a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. As Tanadran has managed to move himself now up into P3. 1.4 behind his teammate. Beaksy's doing a very good job here. He could run away with this. No one could say Nokia's bricked it. Yes, Carl. Exactly. Should have. Missed it. Missed it. You beat us to it. As Katie's looking to make a move here on Tanadran. Maybe going to think better of it and wait after the Parabolica, get that blue chicken, as it's now going to be referred to as. As Katie's being eaten by the field right now. Bilbo is made a move. RVK has made a triple move here from P6 all the way up to P3 as Gritty as the Girth is getting involved and is leaving no space for Katie. That is going to be some questions asked there of the Mercedes driver, leaving no space into turns 1 and 2. Oh, as Bilbo gets his braking all crossed up and almost rear ends the back end of Tanadran and is lost now a space to the Girth. And yeah, the Girth, oh my, what a name. He has indeed, as he's now got a 1.2 seconds gap to try and close back up to the, well, your championship leader of Tanadran, who's trying to run away with things with RVK and try and catch back up to Beaksy. Might be a little bit of swapping going on there to try and pull themselves up. There's going to be a lot of that going on in today's race. As soon as you lose the slipstream and the blue chicken, it is pretty much going to be hard without a car close behind and similar pace to actually keep up and not lose the back end of the field. Okay. And that gap is closed. That gap is now under a second. Beaksy might even have you on the first lap. You don't even need 3. It does look like it at the early stages of this race. James, like you said, is struggling to keep that battery management in check and is burning almost everything down every straight. So it is going to be a very tough one. It is definitely going to be a VCARB versus McLaren battle. It is checkerboard right now. VCARB, McLaren, VCARB, McLaren. One. I don't know, this game is very cheeky with that stuff. His Beaksy might not even need it, as he's going to send it down the inside of Parabolica, and he's slowed right down in his boxing. A very early box there from Beaksy. Is that wing damage? Possibly. He's boxed off of mediums onto another set of mediums. Very early boxes from the field here. Is there a safety? There's a safety car. There's a safety car that we haven't even acknowledged. I'm lost. Okay, a little quick update on your prediction. Well, not your prediction, but your comment from before. If James finishes P2 and Mammoth wins, James can still win the title by 1 or 2 points technically. That is bad news, Bears. That is very bad news there. It ran out of ran out of battery life. I remember when my sister had a Nokia and she robbed a battery out of her mate's Nokia so she could have a spare one, so when one went flat she could charge it in the other one. Madness. And there's quite a mixture of tyres as well. It is indeed. As Spyro has decided to box, and so has Itsu Patch Tech. My safety car out was gone 2 minutes. It said DNF from Nokia, Benjamin. I think a lot of those are going to be under the notion of safety cars breeding more safety cars, as Friday could attest to, because as soon as we had one, we had 3. It will indeed. James and Tanadran, medium, 2 of the highest medium runners, are going to start feeling some of the tyre wear, especially with having 4 racing laps. So you could expect them tyres to be very close to 20%, maybe 25%. It's going to struggle to maybe keep them alive and stay out of danger. 26 laps on your hards on Friday. That is true, that is true. Katie got damage on lap 2, then I got squeezed, left no room, and then got swallowed. Yeah, I saw that, Katie. I was on board with you when it happened, so can clip that from my stream if you want to get another POV. Will not say what. Get some custard creams, Katie, quick. You can still win this race. Alright, it's all worked out then, Katie. Pause. Pause. This is lap 2 behind it, so we could definitely have one more lap under it. The Audi of the Fallon needs to catch up. It all works out. Clip that. I hope somebody did. I mean, I struggle to remain PG, but it's not too hard. Hey, GG's Nokia. Nokia's got the clip of that for us. There's a bit of a safety car overtake here. Flabben has been overtaken. Safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Maybe he doesn't feel confident to take those hards the whole distance, 20 odd laps. Safety cars, who knows? As Rico is off in the back. It looked like he was trying to do some overtakes. There's a lot of contact in the back. Oh my god. Morty and the Cheese Hoover Spyro. What has happened here, boys? Composure, boys. There is. I have no idea, but I'm going to jump to the front of this field as we've got a lot of battling going on that we are going to miss with all of that contact at the back. We've got no changes at the front at the moment, as we're going to have a bit of side-by-side between RVK and Bilbo going through Sector 1. Looks like Bilbo's got the better of him and has stayed ahead, as Beaksley's looking to now make a move on Flabben for P6. Gonna make quick mincemeat of him as he does. Nice little send into the second chicane, and he's gonna look to now chase after Atomic Sniper on some ailing hard tyres. People going backwards. It does indeed, as Flabben's managed, has lost a place now, again, another place to Bilbo, as Bilbo's going to have to look to try and close that 1 second gap. He's got... but not a woman. As he's gone down the inside of Atomic Sniper down into Parabolica. No battery left for this main straight, but what a beautiful move. As Atomic Sniper's going to look to get up alongside, as he's been hit now by Aman. And there's a lot of contact. There's a lot of pinches. Boys, back out of it. Oh my god. Lots of contact. Safety. VSC. VSC. Looks like we have a VSC, as Beaksy has been... That was absolutely shocking there. So I believe Atomic was going to retake the place from Beaksy, and Ahmad has had a lovely little run down the middle of the middle of them both, but has gone into a bit of a closing gap as Beaksy is going to try to close up alongside Atomic Sniper, and it's just resulted in some heavy contact there between the three cars. That is absolutely brutal. I got a bit of a good angle of that. I kind of saw the contact on Atomic from Aman, and then I switched down to Ahmad, and that's when all the contact was happening. As our leading trio are going to box, as the Gurphy picks up a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. That's bad news bears. As Bilbo is now assumed the race lead, followed by RVK and Spaceboy, all on hard tyres. Beaksy up into P4, should have been in the race lead, to be quite honest, but has been unfortunate in what he's gonna. I'm gonna think that Atomic has tried to pull off of the cars, and because of the contact what's going on and trying not to spin out, it's obviously resulted in, once the space was given, they've just turned into that space even more, and it's taken them off the circuit. That is definitely going to be one to be looked up from the stewards. Have fun with that one, guys. He hasn't. I'm trying to get a good look at his car. He's got no damage to the right-hand side of his car. No damage whatsoever to Beaksy's front nose, so he's very lucky there. Very shocked. So, your net race leader, or provisional, I don't know how to refer to this as, he boxed from the lead and has commanded this race so far. James, down in P6 on the freshest tyres, looks to be set to take them hards all the way to the end of the race, given that there's no late safety cars. A few questionable tyre choices. Atomic Sniper, Patch, Flabbin and Fallon all deciding to go on to another set of mediums or softs to take them to the end of the race. Going to be a struggle to really take the mediums a full racing laps of 16 racing laps. So you could definitely expect another pit stop to come from them guys. Everyone else on hard tyres could very much run it to the end. I do agree. However, I do believe he might be trying to do what I tried to pull off on, well, successfully pulled off on Friday, where I stayed out to the very last safety car, put myself onto the hard compound tyres and could push hand over fist to try and he does indeed. So, I mean, let's hope he's not doing a papaya strategy of late, because that is going to be a big blunder. He's going to stay out once again, so no pit stops looking like it's going to be hitting him anytime soon. I can only imagine they're going for the safety cars, breed safety cars theory. And that's why they've decided to whack on a set of softs. I can't understand too much of the mediums, because if the lap 20 a safety car comes out, you're going to want a set of mediums. He will indeed. 2 safety cars and a VSC we have had so far, so 2 are remaining. If James is set for the race win, if we do not get a another safety car with how well, with the tyre offset that he's got to the guys up in front, safety car is in this lap. I'm going to let you watch the front of the field. I'm going to pay attention to the rear end of the field and make sure nobody gets murdered once again. As the Fallon has ignored yellow flags and has picked up a 10-second time penalty for overtaking Ahmad and has created a 2-second gap to the rest of the field. It's not looking good for Ahmad if he wants to try and get into this battle. He's caught up. Still have cars trying to catch up. Hopefully they slow down in time. Take it away, Fortis. As we have rear end contact between Morty and Flabin and Ahmad by the looks of things. So we're going to go side by side towards the back end of the field. Fallon and Ahmad, Flabin, and all make it through safely. As oh, Beaksy is down. Beaksy's out of the race. What has happened here? As we have another safety car, as we have Ahmad out of the race, Beaksy out of the race. Fallon has picked up a 10-second time penalty for another severe collision. I was making my way up the field from the back ever so slightly, and something has happened in the middle of this field. It is game over for Beaksy. Another race where he has been robbed of any chance to once again. As we have a clip in the chat from Benjamin. Get that? Yeah. As all of Bilbo's hard work is unfortunately going to have to do it all over again. For some reason, my boost wasn't getting on at the restart. You've got to wait for the lead car to pass the line, and then you can hit the boost button. Beaksy's been caught up in it. It does look like it was Gurphy, as he has boxed and is fallen to the back end of the field and is changing a front wing and had a time penalty, so that is going to confirm that it was Gurphy that was involved. Beaksy, I'm so sorry, my friend. Like, honestly, I don't know how unlucky one man can actually be. Does everything right this weekend, and once again has been taken out of a race through no fault of his own. Oh, as Flabin has spun it coming out of turns 3, 4, and 5, and has lost a huge section of his front wing and is going to have to box now. That is bad news bears for Flabbin. Let's bring up the penalties. I've been watching the tyres. So, well, you can get 10 of those removed, hopefully. 19 for the Fallon. 3 second time penalty for Girth. 3 seconds for Cheese. The Cheese Hoover. Wow. That's rivaling Carl there for some food names. So he might be able to get that removed, given that he doesn't have to pit again. However, you can take these tyres to the end, and we've only running 2 or 3 racing laps on these tyres. The wear should not be too severe, and as long as they can keep them in check for the remaining 12 laps of this race, the definitely. And on his birthday nonetheless. Apparently it is his birthday, so happy birthday Bilbo, our current race leader. Trying to secure that down and write his names into this championship battle. I don't know how far down into the standings he is, but any points, any race win is going to be a strong statement. Maybe not for this season, but next season if he can pull it all together. Happy Bilbo Day. James on the freshest tyres, championship rival right behind him in P5, both on the same tyre life. This is going to be a battle to the end for these two. One definitely to watch. Drivers, I would say also to watch out for. Katie, you never know if she's managed to grab some custard creams. She could be definitely charging herself up this field, and on fresher tyres as well as the rest than the rest of the field. Who knows what could happen? Safety car is going to be in this lap, so we are going to get ourselves back underway. Unfortunately, Flabbin is going to be a good 20 seconds back, so he's not going to be able to catch up to this field. It is not over until the fat lady sings, or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'll let you get the back of the field this time. I shall take us off the line. So we're gonna be riding on board with RVK as Bilbo is gonna pounce on the field and he's gonna jump very early at a parabolica. No battery usage coming out of RVK. I'm not too sure if he's left himself in none, but that is going to give Spaceboy a lovely run down into turn 1. Side by side, they are going to be 3 wide as Tanadran is going to make a huge send into turn 1 and take 2 cars for the price of 1 as RVK spins with some minor contact with Tanadran. That is a bit unfortunate for the RB driver there, as he's going to plummet now to the bottom of the field as Spaceboy is looking to get involved here with James, as it's going to be side by side as Spaceboy is looking to maybe consolidate and back out of that, as Atomic has managed to jump the Mercedes as it's going to be falling backwards on them Ailin tyres. That is not what we want, guys. Come on, let's keep it clean for the remainder of this race. Let's get some racing laps in, as Morty's picked up a 3-second time penalty and is not going to be helping him in his battle of things, as Bilbo has run away with things. Battery management, Tanadran 0, as he's coming out of Parabolica. He's going to be falling victim here if James has got the battery sorted here, and it's looking like he has, as the run is on from James. He's going to think better of it, and he's going to sit behind the papaya car for the time being, as Tanadran is back now up to 30% battery, and is going to need to try and pull that battery back into check if he's going to want to keep battling for this race lead, as Firth is falling down the field. What has happened here? As it looks like Firth has run... It looks like some contact maybe between the Alpine and the Aston Martin. It's some bad news bears for them. Hopefully they can get themselves back into this race if there's the safety car. Unfortunately, without one, it's going to be very difficult to do so. As Bilbo has now been closed in by the championship leader, Tanadran, and James is keeping them both honest, just outside of overtake. Sorry, I'm going to need a drink. Oh, thank you. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody, but we have a Mercedes and a Red Bull closing back into our top 3, and is now all within 1 second of one another, and has made this a 5-way battle for the race lead. This is going to be juicy. Juicy. It's, Katie has a lovely aerodynamic package on her car. Who knows? Nobody will know. As she's looking to line up a move here on Space Boy, she's going to send it into the middle sector. Beautiful move, and she's now going to look to make a move here on James. 50%. It has... Yeah, looks like Firth's had another incident in the back there. It's bad news bears for them, as we got the top 5 who have ran away with this. 3.7 now the gap to 6th place and beyond. It is game on for these top 5. 9 laps to go. I don't know. Bilbo, Tanadran, James, all without penalties as well. I'm not too sure what the race director's saying. Let's get a quick little look at that. See if I can... She does indeed. Let's have a gander. James with a warning. As Bilbo's going to slip down the outside. Let's go, Bilbo. So, penalty wise, or warnings wise, James has 1 warning. Everybody else in the top 4 don't have any. So, I mean, beautifully done. As Bilbo is going to make a move and get past, and James is looking at a gap there, and it looks like some minor contact between him and Tanadran on the rear end of the car. Is a very closing gap, in the forever closing gap, sorry, speaking English. Woo. As Katie sends it down the inside of Parabolica, down into Parabolica, and has got that move done on James by the looks of things, but is James going to want to look to bite back now? Battery wise, he's very equal. It's racing. We love it. Ah, and Flabbin has retired from the session in the pit lane. That is bad news bears there, as we have two other people who look to be in the box. Or both Alpines. He does indeed, and is looking very strong. Three DNFs in one lap, no? I do believe that was 2 retirements in a pit lane and one crash on track. Get clips of it and send them in if you've got if you think somebody's at fault. Like, send them in. Can't. As very deep there from Tanadran. Tanadran makes a very poor run into turns 1 and 2, and James has kind of got crossed up with that and is now going to lose a place to Spaceboy. As Katie's going to look to make a move here on Tanadran as well, your championship leader, struggling out there at the moment with battery management and trying to take the first chicane. Not entirely sure what happened there, if he got too much curb or what, but he has lost a place now to Katie. Fortunate for him, his championship rival James got crossed up and has lost a place to Spaceboy. Ah, man. And she is indeed pulling away. 8 tenths the gap now to her and Tanadran. Looks like Tanadran might have been saving a bit of battery as he's closing back in on Katie now. 3 tenths the gap. I'm not entirely sure if he's burnt a lot more than he would have wanted to, but move was not completed, as James is also going to look to now make a move here on Spaceboy round the outside. Indeed, a little bit of a wobble out there on the exit of turn 2, as he's going to be feeling a lot more pressure now as the Red Bull is closing and closing in, as we're going to get on board with Katie, as she's going to she's going to think better of it and she's going to sit behind Bilbo for the time being, save up that battery and get ready to pounce away from Bilbo. Bilbo's sitting 60% on battery, Katie on 80. Very fairly equal on terms, but definitely going to be a struggle to outburn him, I'd say, for a couple of straights. It might be a lot of games. Bilbo may be at risk of a puncture. You did 20 laps on the hards, and I know I did laps under safety car, but his time management is worse. But is that gap a big enough one? It's going to be a very late send here into turn 1. Late on the brakes. Bilbo. Pull-out game very strong. As she's going to now look to send it around the outside here. Wheel-to-wheel action here alongside the Haas driver of the birthday boy of Bilbo. As it looks like the move is done. As Bilbo has made some contact there with Katie. Wow. As she's going to look to hold it round the outside of Tanadran, but is not really going to have the grip to do so. The medium's still holding on strong for Tanadran, but swiftly are going to be feeling the effects of tyre wear shortly, surely. Certainly will. and has managed to bring James and Spaceboy back into this battle and has brought it once again into a 5-way fight. I am pressing the wrong buttons. As Fernando Alonso once said, all the time you have to leave the space. As it bias. A little bit of bias won't hurt anybody, I'm sure, as James and Spaceboy battling has managed to drop them off of this leading trio once again. Tanadran trying to defend heavy here from Katie, and is going to look to turn defense into attack as he sends it down the inside now of Bilbo. It does indeed, as Katie is now taken the lead away from Tanadran and is going to look to set down the pace, but has she burnt too much battery? 20% down now to 6% is going to be slowing the field up, and it's going to bunch up once again as Bilbo's going to look to send it down the inside of Tanadran. A little bit more contact into Parabolica, but nothing untowards. And it looks like it is once again going to be a drag and battery race down into turn 1 as Bilbo looks to have it done. Ooh, Tanadran is going to send a move down along outside of Katie. Well held there from Katie. She looks to run once again away from Tanadran as Bilbo's going to come around the outside of Tanadran now. It's 3 wide going into the next chicane as Bilbo tries to stick his nose in. Maybe could have backed out a little bit there, but is giving Katie a little bit of a breathing room now. 6/10 the gap. Can she spread the pace and run away with things and pull away from Tanadran and Bilbo, who might struggle now? Bilbo down to 3% battery. Tanadran on 0. It is. It is indeed. It can indeed, as it's going to be side by side between James and Spaceboy. Spaceboy doing everything in his power to upset James here on the going on to the final lap, as it looks like James has got that move done and dusted, and he's going to look to now send it and going to just outdo Bilbo there. Bilbo now drops off of the podium as James is going to look to send it and overtake his championship rival to keep his championship battle alive. A race win is what he needs, but can he do it? Can he pull it off? I would be saving everything I've got for that final sector. I think that's where you want to be burning it. Run it to Parabolica into the line. No one's going to have the battery. As Bilbo has fallen once again and drops another place now to Spaceboy. It's gone from bad to worse for Bilbo. It looks like it is. Running to the line, it looks like all of our runners, our top 3, are out of battery, and it's going to be no change of positions here. Katie is going to be your TTYB Div 2 winner. Spaceboy is going to be dropping down the field as RVK tries to crash into the wall. It was indeed. contacts, battles, some questionable moves and some questionable sends, but all in all, GG's Katie. What a win there. Held the nerve, kept it all. Strategy was... I don't even want it. I don't think strategy had anything to play with it, really, because... safety cars. It does indeed. However, James definitely would have liked to have outscored his championship rival, just to kind of give himself more of a chance. Yep. Let's get Katie in as well, race winner. Well, might as well get our entire podium citizen. Hello, hello, hello. Mr. Girth. It's okay, I've just done it myself. Hey, cheers for the raid, James. And no... Hey, no sweeter victory to take though. Monza, an absolute cruel track for Battery. How did you feel like it gave you the edge there? I feel like for a lot of that race you were sitting very pretty. You'd be flying. It was a bit of a spectacular sight on that run down into Parabolica for the final time when I was going across all three thinking who's going to have the edge, and everyone had zero. Top five, really, because Bilbo and Spaceboy were very close behind. Obviously, Spaceboy dropped very far with his penalties, unfortunately. 10 seconds hopefully might be removed for him, with it being an unfortunate contact. Yeah. It, let's get Bilbo in. Let's get up. GG's Katie. Let's do it. That is Jay. Happy birthday, Bilbo. Oh yeah, it's the big one, isn't it? Is it the big 3-0? Oh Jesus. Oh, I think we have lost Bilbo. He got very quiet all of a sudden. We are checking. uh, Cheers for the raid, by the way, Raw Beans. I did notice it. It certainly does. Are you looking to maybe build upon this now? Take this into the next race? Obviously, a mystery Grand Prix next week. Not too sure what it's going to be. Ah, well, that is unfortunate. Wait, we got clues? Okay, right. So I mean, those race restarts were utterly fantastic. I know you were saying you didn't want to be burning too much battery, but in the moments, obviously trying to stop yourself from doing that and trying to maybe break away, as you probably could have at one point with the battlings that were going on, where you were just kind of hoping that maybe they could have fought a bit harder and they'd just give you a nice little easy coast to the race win? Or was you expecting them to give you a pretty rough challenge all the way to the racing, well, to the finish line? Yeah. Uh, I mean, you gave everyone a bit of a highlight of what your pace could have been tonight in Friday's race, out qualifying quite a lot of people. What was it, P9, P10 you got on Friday's Monza race in qualifying? Yeah, well, I mean, I do know for certain that your time was faster in split 2 than it was in split 1. That your fastest lap. I mean, qualifying, you had a chance to snag pole at one point, but obviously James looking like he had a one lap pace over everyone. Could have been a P2 start. Could have been very juicy. Was you hoping for a start that high, or was you maybe hoping? Yeah. Flex it. Happy birthday. Don't get too drunk tonight. Ah, catch you later, Bilbo. We are indeed. I think we can do one more. I think we can limit it to one more. Wee. Very smart. Those are some harsh statements. There's- it is. It is. We believe in you, Space Boy. You can do this. Yes, I was just as confused as I did when I heard that. I was. Stop, France. You and Paul Ricard. You love that track. You definitely wish they're gonna be adding that back into the next game, don't you? Ooh. I think he has, yeah. He has already done. I think he's done it twice, to be honest. A P2. Obviously, Katie unfortunately is not going to be present for the next race, so no championship challenge from her. Your closest rival at the moment, James, P3, did very well to keep him at bay and not lose out to him. Did you feel any pressure when he did catch back up on multiple occasions with all the battling going on? We certainly, certainly, especially like that, but that one chaos. I'm still lost. There was so much going on. Well, you definitely have two POVs. You've got myself and Fortis's stream, well, the main TTYB stream to check that out for. I feel, I feel like Div 2 is more about survival. Survive until the end and that final safety car and however many lapses beyond that. It's all about. I feel like the race can definitely come back to you. Yep, you. No, don't do that, Duty. You need to be up there. You're scoring big points for Mercedes. I'm getting bottom feeder points. Oh, Vegas is a sprint. I do believe he got a little bit caught crossways with, I think it was either Katie or James when they were battling into turns 1, 2, and 3. It all kind of happened quite fast, and the camera angle on the broadcast view didn't really give me the best view of it. Yeah. Using the wrong fuel. Certainly. Anyway, I'm gonna say we wrap things up I could definitely do with getting a drink and something to eat before it gets too late. Entertaining, magical. Iconic. So many tracks are iconic. Excuse me. Thank you and good night.